Now that we're in the interior, a couple things to note. As you go, take a lot of pictures. Big one is this stereo component. There's a lot of plugs back there. So definitely take pictures before you disconnect any of the plugs going into the stereo part. The other thing is a basic plastic trim tool is really great for this interior because mostly it's clips and not bolts. And then for the bolts, organize them in little bags or something just to make sure that you have it. And with always interiors, before you yank on something because it's not coming out, double check that you haven't missed something. And now we'll get started. So we'll start with this side trim panel. This comes out pretty easily. The next step is this panel. It feels like it's pretty tight in there, but you're just gonna kind of pull from the corner and then it's gonna come free. I know it feels like I'm pulling on it hard, but it's just, that's how it is. And then behind it is a hook. So it needs to slide this way before it can come out. So just be careful when you're getting this panel out, not to yank on it too much. That needs to slide over so that it can come out. And that's really the only trick to this part. So our next step is to take the glove box out. Make sure to disconnect the little slider hinge, and then this will come right out. And then we basically just have a couple screws in here. We'll work through them. Before this glove box component comes out, we've got to get this silver middle piece out. And it's just clips, and same thing, just got to pry on it in the right way. So you can see that it needs to kind of come up and this way. And generally starting from this side helps because this side's a little bit tight in there. But just be careful when you pull it out. It will come out, but it's going to be a little tricky. And our last screw for the glove box area. All right, the next step is to take the center trim panel out. So this is going to come out first, and then the stereo part will be left behind it. So we have two screws here. And then from the side, you can just pull on this corner, and then the rest of it should pop out. And then on the driver's side, there's a trip reset button. There's a little connector behind that. So once we get it out, we'll get that plug undone over here. And that's all there is to it. If it's stuck, where the trim tool will come into play up here, something like this, pushing in here. If it's having trouble coming out, it might be because it's back here. So tool in the back is a good spot, but generally prying from here works. All right, we're ready for the 4 big bolts that hold the stereo in. This is a 10mm socket. And the last one on this side. Now, once you get this loose, it's just gonna pop back. The first step is to unplug this top connector because that will allow it to tip forward just enough that you can get to the back where all the connection points are in the back of the stereo head unit piece. Depending on the model, there'll be a different number of plugs. So before you take this all the way out, definitely take some pictures because you very well may lose one back there and not realize that you did it. Take pictures before unplugging this component. Okay, and then that will come out. All right, now that we're on the driver's side, we're gonna take this lower trim panel out. First, we gotta take the side panel out. Comes out the exact same way as the passenger side. Just gotta get it started. There are 2 screws, one here, and one on the right side down toward the bottom. And then once that happens, we can take this panel out and disconnect a couple connectors going to the back of the switches. There's always one. There we go. And that's all we need to do on this side. We'll jump back to the other side and we'll take out the shifter trim and center console components, and that'll be it. So first step will be to pop up this trim panel. It's a little tricky to get there, but once it comes out, it's pretty easy. And then it goes all the way to the back. So there's clips all the way in the back, so just be careful of those. They'll pop out. And then our next step is to pop up the e-brake cover. Same thing, just a bunch of clips, lift it up. And then at that point, we can take the center trim piece out here. And then just to note, this SI drive panel from the STI is a plug and play part in terms of bolting it in. On the normal models, this is just a blank cover. So you can pop that cover out and put this one in if you have it, but if you don't, that's okay too. Now our next step is to take out these side trim pieces. You may be able to do the install without doing this, but I think it'd just be easier. So the next step is to take these trim panels out. There are 2 small screws at the bottom. You're gonna need a stubby screwdriver to get to them. I know it's gonna be a little difficult to see, but we'll get you there. So he's got some aftermarket seat heaters in here, so you probably won't see this connector. So we'll tuck that out of the way. And now this panel should pop right up. And you can see it's just the top part. And now the last step is going to be take these 2 side pieces out. There are 3 screws in the middle for those. So we're in the back seat. So to get this piece out, to allow us to get the last of the 2 front ones, we just need to pop the clip off of here, and then there's a 10mm screw, and there's going to be 1 on each side of the center console. And then the center console can slide back. It doesn't have to come all the way out, and that'll get us the front piece all the way out. And then same thing on the other side. Now we're back in the front seat. Now we can get the armrest trim separated from the front part. There we go, because that does not want to come. There we go. So the trick with this piece is lift up, then push back. And then it doesn't need to come all the way out, just slide it back enough. The last step will be getting these 2 pieces out. They're gonna be stuck in there just a little bit. Just kind of pull down and away once this is separated. These are a little tricky to pull out, so just be persistent, it'll come out. And now we should have access to everything that we need to finish the IDCCD install. Now that we have the harness all tucked away and everything looking good, let's put the interior back in. There. Oh yeah, like a glove. So when you get the stereo back in, this is a good chance to sort of self-check, make sure everything got plugged in the back, because it's easy to miss something. So good idea is turn the key on. One thing to note too is that if this is unplugged and the car's on, so during that testing, if you turn the car on, which a lot of times you will, you're gonna get a check engine light, but it's related to this not being connected. So just a quick reset with your access port or a basic scan tool, if that happens, will clear the check engine light and you'll be good to go. Finish up on the other side. Check out our social media, like and subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. And we can't wait to show you what's coming down the line with IDCCD. And don't forget, simple install, serious performance. Really need to make a t-shirt. Look at these eyeballs and your fingers like these. We just gonna go. Let me know when you're ready.
Run it.
Let's do it.
What do you want after?
I need the nothing for a second.
Yo, nothing.
I like these clips. It's nice. Man, where's my assistant? Dang it.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a mistake. Don't do that, kids. Oh.
That just more scared the shit out of me. You did it again on purpose.
No, I swear.